What up?
What's going on? From the jump here, we talk about Luh Tyler BabyTron, Fat Racks. We got a new Busta Rhymes track coming up and an update about Snoop Dogg that you'll want to hear. Let's review this coming up. We got Luh Tyler and BabyTron.
Luh Tyler, he was on the Double XL this year, right?
Yeah.
And Baby Tron, he's out of Detroit, trying to make some waves. I think he was too big for Double XL.
Maybe so. I don't know. I'm trying to listen to these bars. What's he got? He's sitting on a hockey rink goal. All right.
Nah, those 20s are hundreds. It makes
You know some sign language there.
some sign language. That's
He
what they'll
knows,
call that.
he knows one word. You know, Jack Harlow's latest track, he was literally doing sign language for his lyrics.
Oh yeah.
At certain
Yeah, I
parts.
think Jack Harlow's doing sign language.
And I was like, wow.
I don't think
Okay.
Young Sam doing sign language.
No,
But
he's not
that's what
doing
we gonna call it. I mean, this is like that low energy rap. That's what I'm gonna call it. Like, you know how there's
Earl
high energy
sweatshirt
rap?
type
I
shit.
guess so.
But less dystopic.
Yeah, Earl sweatshirt was kind of dark, but this
Yeah,
is just like.
that was a cool effect. His hoodie became like a mirror
Yeah.
that his face then entered.
I think I'm more interested in what Baby Tron gonna do on here.
That's some nice lyrics.
I'm telling you, Baby
That-
Tron got some bars.
That's some sci-fi lyrics. I won't wife a bitch. I'm high as hell up on the rings of Saturn. Pop like it's Wakanda. Hit the hood. I gotta beat the Panther.
But what do we say about Baby Tron?
Okay.
His lyrics don't match what he look like.
Okay, so look, that little lisp he's got, and it's just his whole demeanor.
His image don't match. Like he sound hard body from his lyrics, but
He's a skinny jean rapper trying to sound gangster, but he's not really thugging. It's not.
it's
doesn't
a
really
weird
match.
lane, man.
Yeah, it
It's
doesn't
a
really
weird
match.
lane. But the
But
video
he-
still
he's
dope.
he's got some lyrics.
You think he gonna send 60 shots at you?
I don't know. I would.
I mean, anybody can have a gun, right?
Well,
You know what I'm saying?
he already got popped recently this year for gun and drug charges.
So maybe he is
Yeah,
more real than he lets on. You know
Well,
what
he
I'm
had,
saying?
he, had to, he had to post 10% of a $15,000 bail to get released.
I mean, Detroit is a rough place.
Yeah.
So it's like, if you imagine, even as he looked like a random white dude, if you grow up in Detroit, you got to be hard. You can't grow up in a place like Chicago, Detroit, New York, and not have to have deal with some stats.
What did you guys think about Luh Tyler and BabyTron's
Fat Racks Part 2?
What did you think about this track? I think it's interesting. It's definitely. I mean, we got Luh Tyler. He's 17 years old. So,
Yeah, we don't
I mean,
really listen
definitely-
to these guys yet. Let us know y'all favorite tracks below so we can go and check out some more of their music. I don't want to be biased because it's like we rarely listen to them, so we don't know what their music is like. So let us know if you like their catalog and you got some hits.
I thought this was interesting. Lyrically, it's diverse in the content and the subject matter. There is use of figures of speech and synonyms.
it could go in the right playlist.
I
Like
mean-
if you had like a low key, like you're not trying to have nothing too extreme in the background. Like I could listen to this, like maybe this is like a chill and ride type of track. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe so. Bounce around like Super Mario. I think this room's gonna melt me. That's
Yeah.
all right. 7-seater rap with presidential tint. I'm moving stealthy. I don't know.
He's got
it's-
some lyrics. He's not
I feel like-
lyrical.
So I feel like
He's not a mumble rapper. Let's say that.
So I feel like he started strong, but
Uh-huh.
then after like the midway point, his verses got a little watered down, and I
Mhm.
feel like he didn't finish as strong as he started, as far as his verse. And as far as Luh Tyler, I think he's still trying to find his lane. He's 17 years old. Definitely props to the younger generation for getting started and being talented
Yeah.
at that age and getting his whole legacy built. I mean, that's dope. But then you hear his age and his lyrics. I'm in the booth. I'm smoking Sour Patch, feeling like that kid. It's interesting.
Feeling like a pimple because I'm finna pop some shit. Yeah.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
definitely
it's-
know a lot about pimples, sir. Just getting to that puberty
He
stage.
got that middle school, high school rap. I mean, it's cool. It's cool. I mean, I think J. Cole at high school was obviously iller, but at the same point, he's got to start. We'll see.
Yeah, I don't hate it, right? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it's you have to say that there's a new school of rap coming,
Yeah,
and they're better than the mumble rappers, in my opinion.
yeah, I would agree.
Like
I would agree.
BabyTron and Luh Tyler, they could have some songs in the future that I might really like.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm interested to see where they go and who they collab with, and who maybe takes them under their wing to mentor them and see how that goes. But I would say there have definitely been freshmen that I did not approve of.
Yeah,
that
at
were on
all.
double
You
X.
just
I'm
like,
like,
nah, we
what
ain't
were
do
you
this.
thinking?
Like with
What were
Yachty,
you
you
thinking?
real hot and cold on Yachty. You
What were you
real
thinking?
hot and cold on him. Busta is dope. Like,
Yeah.
we just got to see Busta this year in concert, and it's one of the best
Yeah.
performances I've ever seen. I would go see Busta again if
Yeah.
he came in Austin.
When Busta Rhymes
no
was
doubt.
performing at the Germain Amphitheater, right, for his tour with Nas, It was amazing.
Yeah.
It was incredible. I didn't even know he was on the playlist. It was just, or the bill. It was he just surprised guests. All right, so now we got. Oh shit! Who's Busta holding over the ledge? What is going? What is going? Is he clapping his hands in rhythm to the song as he hangs off the ledge? Oh shit!
Hey, they dropped it for real, yo. That's pretty tough.
What is going on?
Baby, look,
Oh,
I told him
cool.
that
I can't even talk that fast.
He's the best auto-tune artist of all time.
Yeah.
In my opinion. He knew how to use it the best. He still does know how to use it.
It's one of the best tracks I've heard.
It's classic hip-hop, like
Comes from the 90s.
Yeah.
Spider legs. He's got some spider legs now.
And I like the old school collaborating with the new school. This is what we need. T-Pain, just a cherry on the top. Like he ain't even putting a lot on there, but enough to make it.
Got some fly
He's got the perfect ass hook.
That was dope as fuck. That was dope as fuck.
I mean, I definitely like. I don't want to hate on Luh Tyler, but they got some work
I want to see that again.
to get to that level.
See that again. See that again.
You looping a little bit.
This shit is dope. This shit is dope.
I think
That
it was
was-
a great effect.
That was very nice. So, what did you guys think about this track? Can the old school teach the new school something? Because for me, this is one of the best tracks of this year that I've heard. And I think the composition and the musicality of it, the direction of it, like, again, using kind of film aspects, iconic cinema photography that they're using here to blend in different scenes and then adding the CGI. I don't know what that's a reference to. Blade Runner, Ghostbusters, whatever they were doing, they were gliding through Michael Jackson's original moonwalk. Like, I don't know what they were doing.
Like they
It was
like
just-
started walking and
Yeah.
it's like
It was dope as fuck. But
yeah.
and then the sci-fi element with fucking Busta
It
Rhymes
was-
is now a spider being. Like,
Yeah,
I don't
It
know.
was very fun.
I did not
It was a
expect
very
it.
fun track.
Yeah.
all in all.
It was fun. It was lyrical. It was dope. Busta Rhymes has such incredible talent with his ability to be so incredibly verbose
yes.
and perfectly on beat. We're not talking E40,
No.
right? This is a very tightly run ship with his
And
lyricism.
it begs the fact that sometimes, once again, like I always bring up, Jadakiss should be in the top 10 lyricist list.
Mhm.
Why Busta always gets rated so low? Because he's clearly like he's a speedster and he's deeply lyrical,
Yeah.
old school style. And it's like people always act like it's like, oh no.
Well, it's not like he's just saying nothing.
Yeah,
Like,
no.
he actually. I
I
want
can argue that he didn't always have
Okay.
the best beat selection on some of his albums, but as far as lyrics go, come on, man, we ain't talking about lyrics.
What was he saying? So now I have to find this out
Come on,
because
yeah.
I honestly I couldn't keep track. I don't know. I can't tell you a single bar from Busta Rhymes.
He's punching it out so fast.
Okay,
yeah.
so the baby. I heard the baby's rhymes. What was Busta?
Well,
saying?
they were kind of going back and forth a little bit too.
What was Busta saying? Busta was saying that. Let's see. Money growing bigger than a brontosaurus. Money I throw at bitches. Cop Boxster Porsches. Get that dough, shorty. Get that hoe for me.
Is that?
Yeah, is that Busta Rhymes? It's
Nah,
hard. It says.
Well, they're going back and
it
forth.
says
and I don't
and the
think they're
baby.
really
Yeah.
annotating it correctly.
It'd be
on
nice
the
if they
things,
actually
yeah.
said the name.
But I think later on, Busta might have his own, or maybe they're just going back and forth the
I
whole
guess so.
time.
The entire.
I think the track was good overall.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're gonna be able to isolate the lyrics based
No.
on what they showing. us.
No, it doesn't look it's broken down that way, but it's interesting. It's interesting. So up next, let's talk about Snoop Dogg for a second because he told everyone that he was quitting weed. Turns
did.
out this
He
was a
did.
marketing ploy just to sell us some shit. God damn it, Snoop Dogg.
Hey,
I
it was
feel
a good
betrayed.
tactic, man. You know, but I think Meek Mill was definitely really butthurt about it because he said he actually was taking that seriously and wanted to do something better for his health. And I mean, if what Meek Mill is saying is true, he said has emphysema.
He's got emphysema.
He probably
He
should.
shouldn't be
actually.
smoking
Yeah,
anything.
Yeah. I mean, Snoop,
Like,
we don't know if he obviously it was a marketing ploy, but the way he put it out there when he
Okay.
did the whole Instagram post, he's like, I've been talking with my family.
yeah.
All this.
Please
He-
respect
it was
my
very-
privacy
yeah,
during
it's very
this time.
sentimental, right? Like it was like, damn,
Please respect
Snoop,
my
like,
privacy during this time.
Hey, I mean,
Here's
come
what
on,
I
man.
don't
He's
like.
a master marketer.
Here's what pisses me off the most. It isn't that Snoop Dogg fooled all of our hearts and minds about his health and what he was doing. What actually pissed me off was the fact that people were giving Meek Mill shade. about
they were
about
getting mad. They
about
said he was a follower
you
and he
know.
couldn't think for himself.
And it's like, look, you got emphysema. Stop fucking smoking. I mean, you don't want to kill yourself early because you got self-destructive habits.
Yeah.
You know, if he has to take a page from Snoop Dogg, it's okay to be influenced by someone you look up to.
Yeah,
There's
and
nothing wrong with
you
that.
talk about that in general, or we had that conversation offline where it was like, if you're motivated by somebody and you go out and you do something based on that motivation, it doesn't, like, being a follower isn't always a bad thing, right? It depends on what you're following. Like,
There are people that influence me in philosophy, in business, in hip hop, right?
yeah.
Because they've already done it, and they've done it in a way that I want to know more about.
And people who act like they're not influenced by things are obviously fools, because you have to have something you stand for.
Well, Snoop Dogg stands for a smokeless grill, a smokeless
Okay.
fire pit.
No,
That-
don't even say the name, because we're not trying to plug it. Unless y'all want to give us some advertising dollars or something like that. You know
No,
what
we're
I'm saying?
not going to talk about the name brand.
Nah,
But this is an entire
It was a
ploy,
smokeless grill that he was
Yes.
promoting.
and it was.
But I
interesting.
actually like smokeless. Let's talk
here's-
about the concept of
here's-
smokeless grills.
hold
I've
on a
been to
second.
a lot of
Hold on a
bonfires.
second.
and shit,
Look,
you know what
I'm
saying?
happy to cover that. We can do that, but I want to read this for a second.
Okay.
I have an announcement. I'm giving up smoke. The rapper, born Calvin Cordozar Broadus Jr., said, and
Why you say it's all government name?
I had no
You
idea.
sound like the police in here.
I
son.
did not know that's the where they wrote it, and so I'm looking at this, and I'm like,
Yeah.
New
Why
York
did you-
Post.
Why did you have to put his whole
Why are
name
you
in there?
doxing him?
Look
Why are
at-
you putting his government name out
They put his
there
middle name in there too.
and the
like,
middle name? Really?
and the junior.
Really?
Like,
Government bullshit.
I didn't even
New
know
York
his
Post-
middle name. Come on, that's real personal. Like,
Yeah, come
I don't
on.
even know your middle name. Bro.
I mean,
I know your gov, but I don't know your middle name, and I ain't
It's-
never asked. you.
it's one of those things where New York Post, stop trying to dox rappers. They're already famous. You think you want their fans to know every detail about them?
Nah.
It's crazy. Now, I was
It's like they try to make it look more journalistic by putting his full name in there, right? It makes them look like they're more
Professional. New York
Fuck
Post
outta here.
professional.
This damn
No,
near-
the fans of Snoop Dogg don't want to hear his government name.
Hey,
They
New York Post
he's
is damn
got-
near a tabloid.
He is Mr. Motherfucking Snoop D-O-double-G for
That's
a
what
reason.
you call him.
He's
right?
got an
Yeah,
iconic
exactly.
name, iconic voice.
I'm not gonna be calling the man.
Why are
Calvin.
you fucking this
hey,
up?
Hey, Calvin, man, I like that Doggy Style album.
What the fuck? You see him on the street. What's up, Big C? No, fuck that
Nah,
shit.
nah.
I've had friends who have seen Snoop Dogg on 6th Street in town for concerts, but I just wanted to call attention to that because, come on, media, stop fucking up. The fans had such peculiar reactions to Snoop Dogg coming out and saying that he was actually still smoking weed, and some of the people said, y'all just witnessed the power of marketing and advertising at the highest level. Literally, one fan said, screeching in delight. So now they're just these harpy birds screeching, flying in a circle around Snoop Dogg's head. Like that's hilarious. So people had at one point applauded his marketing techniques here, and other people were actually pretty pissed off, and they felt like they've been duped. And this one user said, "Damn. So I quit for no reason." So Meek Mill wasn't the only one who took a page from Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, I would imagine that, there were plenty of people similar to Meek Mill who took that as a signal, but like, all right, if Snoop Dogg quitting, I guess it's time for me to do it. And like I say, in the appeal and the advertisement, at this point, it wasn't a real post, it was an advertisement. He did make it seem like he was having some type of health issue, right? And I think that's where it's kind of shady.
Yeah.
It's like, I get it. It was a great marketing ploy, but if you don't want people to think that there's something wrong with you. Like, that's like if you had to call off work and you're like, instead of making up your own excuse personal to you, be like, "Oh, my mom got into a car accident." And
You
it's
can
like-
only
it's
use
damn, bro.
you can only use the cry wolf so many times when
Yeah.
people stop listening.
But
Yeah.
also, what if that actually happens? Like, you like, "Oh, I'm having a health issue," and then 2 months from now, Snoop Dogg actually gets some type of health issue. It's like, you don't play like that. You don't. It's like people, that sit in wheelchairs. It's like, I wouldn't sit in a wheelchair because my legs function.
Yeah, I used to be in a wheelchair after a car accident when I was a kid, so I don't fuck around with that shit.
And that's
I'm
what I
glad
said.
I'm
Like,
no
I
longer
wouldn't joke.
there.
Like, how people joke around, like, "Oh, I'm in a wheelchair." It's like, I would never do that.
No,
Because what if you end up in a wheelchair? Now that shit ain't funny no more.
no. To everyone saying Snoop Dogg tricked us, at no point has he said he hasn't given up smoking weed, one user said. What if he posted this announcement and then this ad deal came after as a result? Well, That is actually a good point, because what if he was going to quit smoking weed and then he was contacted by the smokeless fire
Yeah.
pit or whatever, and they're like, "Hey, bro, what about switching it up? We'll give you, $50,000." So who knows? Who knows? That may have happened.
I don't know. I think that is a little bit more far fetched. Look at this looks like if you look at the picture, now that I'm looking at the picture, it looks like an advertisement. It no longer looks like the fact, because think about it, he didn't have to put his picture in the back with he has his signature at the bottom. Like, that's a little bit too doctored up to be.
It's on the nose.
Yeah, it's not like on the fly post where he just has a picture with him and his family.
No, it's on the nose.
like
It's on the nose a bit.
He's just like, oh, like, look, even the ring selection is perfect and shit. Like,
You know what it looks like? It looks like one of those memorialized photos
yeah,
of people
exactly.
that have passed away.
God damn. Oh, it's too much, man. But hey, we support you, Snoop. However you want to do it, you are definitely a pioneer in so many ways.
Yeah,
and you
for sure.
you continue to use your brand to leverage your
For sure.
entrepreneurship, right? Like, a lot of people can learn stuff from Snoop in terms of how he took his image and took it past rap, right?
Yeah,
Like, nobody,
agreed.
like, people care about his rap, but people don't even know him really as a rapper anymore. Like, they know that he rapped, but
He's a
it's
media personality.
exactly. He's an
Like
icon,
Button. Yeah,
for sure.
just less irritating. But what I thought was interesting is, though, recently, of course, I looked into all this information about Snoop Dogg. He actually hired a professional blunt roller, and the fact that he had paid her so much money. And this is just freaking crazy that you would hire a blunt roller. But apparently there's a little bit more to this story. And so I wanted to go ahead and take a look at this, because it was kind of crazy. And someone said that her name is Renegade Piranha.
Mm-hmm.
She's a self-made blunt roller who rolls blunts for celebrities, and her clients have included not only Snoop Dogg, also Kid Cudi, Jadakiss, Drake, Madonna, Rihanna. I mean, it's crazy. And Elon Musk at some point.
Yeah,
That's crazy. I didn't know you could make a living.
and it looks like she makes about $50K a year, which is legit. And I imagine she's making additional money
Per rapper?
Yeah,
So
she
that's
just
a lot of money.
I mean, maybe not even per rapper. I think she's on Snoop Dogg's payroll, but she's also doing this side stuff. So it's like she probably makes upwards of $100K or more just as a hustler, basically.
Yeah.
Not like as a person that has a job. And we talk about the entrepreneurial spirit all the time. It's like she's like it'd be a joke if anybody spoke of this 20, 25 years ago, but this is a real thing right now.
You can get paid to roll blunts
if you find your
for
way
famous
into that
rappers.
way. Yeah, if you find your way into that wave, you can make money doing it.
That's pretty incredible. Well, speaking of making up shit on the spot, something else that's come up recently that I'm very curious about. We got Kevin Gates coming out with a freestyle featuring Sexy Red and BG. And I'm curious to see.
BG been doing a lot of music since he got out of jail. I'm not that I'm shocked, but I'm wondering if maybe they're trying to make him live up to his contract deals or something. I mean, when you get out of jail, I guess you got a high level of notoriety if people want to see what you're doing, but not everybody gets out and wants to do music. So I'm intrigued by the fact that he's been in the jail for a long time, and now he's just out working with all of the biggest artists.
Well, also with Kevin Gates, freestyling is not something that you see too often.
I don't think that's a freestyle. This was a free maybe no hook on it.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. A no hook song they call it freestyle now, not an in-purpose
And
song.
I wonder what BG and Kevin Gates did with Sexy Red. That's actually very short.
Yeah.
They gave him like
Man,
hey,
hey,
boss,
bitch, bend over.
you really got it?
This is mid. This is mid.
I would say this is lower than the Luh Tyler. I would listen to I would put the Luh Tyler and the BabyTron song on a playlist before I put this on there.
Definitely.
For Kevin Gates, I expect way more from him, but sometimes he makes music like this.
Yeah.
Some dudes gonna probably like this. They play it before they go to the strip club or something like that. But I can't see myself listening to that again.
No,
but Kevin Gates does stuff like this. That's his. He's known for making really powerful music and then making music where you're like, all right.
That was kind of mid. I wasn't really that impressed with that track, but rappers are multidimensional. They're definitely not just one way or another. One of the things that I would like to highlight right now on this episode is some of the humanitarian relief that has been going on. So we all know, we've heard about, we're not going to go into it because fuck no, we don't want to do that shit.
Nah,
but
we're not gonna do
we
that.
got the whole shit going on with the Hamas and Israel right now. It's terrible, a lot of horrible shit. But in there, we see some courageous individuals stepping up to try to do good in the world. And one of the most probably representative of toxic relationships in his lyrics.
Yeah.
You wouldn't think this would be the person stepping up, but we actually have The Weeknd stepping up, coming to Gaza's aid, donating millions of emergency meals. I mean, we're not talking
$2.5 million out there.
$2.5 million.
That's some real change right there.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Hip
hop
for the win here.
You know, I like it when people, instead of, and he didn't really talk about it. It looks like he got publicity outside of it. It's not him speaking on it per se. He's not plugging himself, which is really cool that he's just doing this out of the kindness of heart. He knows that people need help. He has the money to do it, and he's doing it.
It's amazing. 1.8 million pounds of food that will feed over 173,000 Palestinians. That's amazing.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
And I mean, I just like to see the good in the world. I think that sometimes we focus on the bad stuff so much, and we forget that there is positivity out there, even in the darkness amongst humanity. And we try to, act like sometimes that it doesn't exist where people will do good without being prompted to. But this is a situation where it's like The Weeknd is not, I don't think he's of that background from either region. So for him to put money towards it means that it's something that he personally is passionate about, and he's just doing it because he cares. He doesn't have to. Like, I mean, this ain't him giving back to his own neighborhood.
And like we were talking about offline, this is so much better than people who are celebrities trying to get you to donate money.
Yeah,
it's like, wait, you already have,
or the grocery store or Starbucks. Like, can you give $5 to this cause? And it's like, this coffee costs $5. What make you think I got an additional $5?
Why don't you make this coffee $4.50 and use 50 cents for this cause?
Exactly. And don't tell me about it. Just put that on the back of your wall. Like, every $5 you spend here, we give 50 cents to some cause.
Right.
That would make me want to shop there more.
So Jason's Deli actually does do that, and that's why I like to eat there, because they do shit like. So
there's other companies that do that, like Bombas with the socks. They give socks away to people when you buy socks. So it's like,
it's cool.
Do that. Be a company like that.
But it's just dope as fuck to see someone who's got influence, power, and wealth. Instead of trying to get someone else to do some shit, he stepped up, donated millions of dollars. Yeah. There's stuff that we can do in our local community that can actually be impactful and make a difference. So let's think about what we can do for that. Appreciate y'all. Check out our most recent review of Andre 3000's album, as well as Lupe Fiasco teasing if he can actually rap over the entire album. So peep that out, and tune in for another episode next time of
From the Jump.